this lesson, we'll be talking about special products. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to find the squares of sums and differences and the product of a sum and difference. So special products just means it's a shortcut. So it's a quick way that if we recognize it, that we don't have to do all of the FOILing. So square of a sum means that the term inside in the parentheses is adding. Square of a difference, notice that the terms inside are subtraction. And then the product of a sum and difference is when you have one of each. So square of a sum, to do that quickly, we're going to square the first term and then add 2 times the first term times the second term, and then add the square of the second term. So we have a plus b squared, square of the first term, 2 times the first term times the second term, plus the second term squared. So here we have it with numbers. The first term squared is x squared. The middle term is 2 times the first term times the second term, and then the second term squared. Square of a difference, we're going to square the first term. The difference now here is that we are subtracting minus 2 times the first term times the second term, and then again plus square of the second term. When we have a product of a sum and difference, this is the easy one because our middle term drops out. So we square the first term, and it's always minus the square of the second term, and we don't have a middle term. So if we have x plus 3 and x minus 3, we square the first term. That gets us x squared. And the middle term drops out, and then we have the 3 squared. So some examples. Here we've got the square of a sum. So we take the first term and we square it. Plus, because that's plus, 2 times the first term times the second term, plus the second term squared. So it gets y squared plus 12y plus 36. Now we have the sum and difference. This is the easy one. We take our first term squared, and then this is always going to be minus because it's a positive times a negative times 9. Okay, this simply says 3w minus 7 times 3w minus 7. We square the first term, 3w squared, minus, because this is a minus, 2 times the first term times the second term, plus the second term squared. So that gets us 9w squared minus 42w plus 49. Simplify the product and sum. So this is the one where our middle term drops out because we have 1 plus 1 minus. So that would be 4x squared. So remember, it's like that. Minus, it's always minus because 1 plus 1 minus. So that would be 16x squared minus 81. The city is designing a square skateboard park in a lot that's on the corner of the city block. The park will have a walkway along 2 sides. The dimensions of the lot and walkway are shown in the diagram. Write a polynomial that represents the area of the skateboard park. So we're just looking for this area here, and we know that this little gray part is x, and this length is 25. So that means each of the sides is going to be 25 minus x, and that's squared because it's a square, so 25 minus x. So square the first term, 625. Minus 2 times the first term times the second term plus the second term squared. So that's 625 minus 50x plus x squared. Then the question says, what's the area of the park if the walkway is 3 feet? So that just means we have to plug in 3 for x. So here's our part B, 625 minus 50 times 3 plus 3 squared. So that's 625 minus 150 plus 9, which equals 484 feet squared. So what are the 3 special products that are shortcuts? We got square of a sum, square of a difference, and product of a sum and difference. A binomial times a binomial usually is a trinomial.